Hi, good evening everybody. Welcome to Blue and Gold Talk, the video on the channel. If you're new here, that it's random Sabres talk, and that's exactly what I'm going to do in this one. There's no set idea or plan or anything. I put out as you see, my tribute video for Johnny Hockey, and I'm going to leave it there. I'm just going to let it be and trust that God is taking care of him and his brother and his family during this time. So guys, it's been a trying week, and I gotta tell you, emotionally, honestly, things hit me, things hit me like this a few days later. And I'm the type of guy that things don't hit me right away. I process it a bit, and the next thing I know, I'm making a video, a tribute to him, which I didn't plan. I just decided to make it today. So that's what I've done for that. So we're talking about depressing things there, bad things that happen in life, and there could be good things that come around the corner. It's just the life we live, guys. It's day to day. Nobody owns tomorrow, and yesterday is gone forever. So we will just take this video as same thing, guys. No clue what I'm gonna say, so I'm just winging it like I said. I was thinking, guys, the NHL really this year is gonna need this is where we come in, believe it or not, is going to need a real pick-me-up, something to make all NHL fans feel really good this year. Wouldn't it be something if the Sabres got in and went deep in the playoffs, if a Cinderella story happened in Buffalo this year? Wouldn't that be a good pick-me-up for the entire league, for franchises that are struggling, what have you? It would be such a good story, and I think we have the personnel to do it. I think we have the coach now in line to do it. I think our general manager is hated on way too much by inexperienced Buffalo Sabres fans that just look for reasons to be negative and don't see the big picture. They just don't. When the team starts winning, and they will, when they start winning this year, I believe that a lot of fans are going to owe Kevin Adams a huge apology, because I believe in what he's doing. I believe the patience has run out. Before he got the job, though. Let's not forget that, guys. Before Kevin Adams became our general manager, we were already out of patience. So it's not fair to him that we take it all out on him, that we had doorknobs like Botterill and Murray. I'm sorry for those of you that like those GMs. I couldn't stand them, and I'm glad they're gone. And I knew what Botterill, I remember the last thing with Botterill, it didn't take much brains to draft Rasmus Dahlin, folks. Like anybody was going to draft Rasmus Dahlin that year. And, of course it's worked out. And look, as we go forward, we have to remember that we brought this on ourselves. Okay, we brought this on ourselves, tanking. We brought this on ourselves. And I was an avid tanker, guys. I'm guilty. I was an avid tanker. I wanted the Sabres to tank. I wanted a shot at Connor McDavid. I was following this kid since he's like 13 years old. We know him out here well in Canada, believe me. I was following this kid, and I'm telling you, for 2 years straight, I was watching the Sabres come, for that flip of the card. And when they turned over that Edmonton Oilers card, I was like, oh my God. Like, we already knew we had Jack Eichel locked, so... And the truth is, Marner's pretty much had the same career as Jack Eichel. Neither's had like a much better or bigger career. Yeah, Eichel's got the cup, but he's also on Vegas. Marner got stuck on Toronto. And they put all their eggs in one basket signing Tavares there years ago. That was a mistake. So, look, as we go forward into this season, I think we just have to hope that something good happens. And that's it. I don't see why we can't turn things around. Look what the Florida Panthers have done. Now, let's face it, they were looked below the Sabres even during the tank years at one point. People still were saying, they got to get them out of the league, right? So things can change, folks. On the drop of a dime in this life, things can change. Things can happen, as we just seen this week. Things can happen in real life. Tomorrow's not guaranteed for any of us. And there's no guarantee this year. When I see Sabres fans writing off the team, I'm taken back by it, folks. I am, because I've never had this much hope that as I do right now. I mean, Lindy's back. Everything feels right. Everything feels like they're getting in this year. They're getting in. I'm pretty sure they're getting in even with the personnel right now. But I'd like to lock in a potential deep run and get that top 6 winger on this team. Because if we can do that, all of a sudden, we're staring at a deep run maybe. Maybe. And all you got to do is get through the first round and you can win the Stanley Cup in this league, guys. That's how it works. It's not like before where there was 5 teams and nobody's beating those guys. It's not like that anymore. The cup's up for grabs every year. It's a different champion pretty much every year, it feels like, you know? So as we go forward, as I'm saying tonight, as we go forward, let's take the negative crap, guys, especially after a week like this. Get rid of it and jump on this train of belief once and for all that things are going to change in Buffalo. Things are going to change. The team will get it straightened out. I don't see why not. Last year, everything that could go wrong felt like it did for this franchise. It really did. Our power play was non-existent. Tage was playing like 80% all year long. Dylan Cousins had just a terrible season, really just a terrible season. There's a lot of things that were bad, and we still finished over 500, so it's weird, you know, that we could have all these things working against us and still have it, because this is a much better squad now, and this team's going to be older this year, guys. It's going to be an older team. And I am absolutely positive this year is going to be Devin Levi and UPL in nets. You know, and I think we have our backup option with Reimer. I get it. We have the option just in case. The just in case is a good thing to do. It's not a bad thing to do. Just in case, injury, anything can happen. But I think all of us want to see our 2 young goalies really do it. And maybe Reimer get in a few games, you know, like to keep it steady, keep the kids going, so to say, you know. I'm excited. I am. I feel good about this season. I feel right about this season. I felt what I'm feeling now. The only doubt I had going into the year, last year, guys, is that we had Granato behind the bench. And I knew we were going to be a soft team. And surprisingly, we weren't that bad. We were bad, but not that bad. We're better than 10 teams around? We're like in the bottom third in hitting, but like the top tier team in the bottom third, but not by a ton of hits. But still, it was an improvement physically last year. You know, the team did get better physically. They tried playing a more defensive tight game. And finally, for some reason, Granato's jumped on this wagon where he believes that we've got to get more physical. And if the Sabres can be more physical this year, guys, I'm absolutely convinced we're making the playoffs. If we can be a top 10 team in hitting this year, I say we're in. We've got to play all aspects of the game. We've already got the firepower. People just, you know, this thing about jumping on where we're at in the year we're in is not a permanent thing. The year before, we felt like we could score at will, remember? And then last year, we struggled for goals, but the team was struggling. Now, do I believe that all these guys are going to keep going downward? No, we're too young for that. We just are. We're too young for that. We're probably going to be the youngest team in the NHL again this year, believe it or not, and a playoff team, I believe, as the youngest team in hockey. And not one of the highest paid teams in hockey either. Let's not forget that. So I'm glad we have that cap space. That's another thing I should talk about. We got the cap space open. So the option there to sign somebody is there. If we are in, let's say we don't get a top 6 winger before the season. Now, here's a thought that was going through my head. And the Sabres are still in the hunt, and they're going to be. And they're in the hunt for a playoff spot, and they're looking good to doing it. It's going to be a lot easier at the trade deadline for somebody to say, yeah, I'll go to Buffalo. You know, it's looking good over there right now. So that's just another thing in my head there. So I just wanted to yak a bit about the boys tonight, get a video out to you guys, really, and try to get some normalcy going, not just with the channel, but with some of your lives. I mean, this can really impact people what just happened with the Goudreau family. This can really impact us the wrong way. Rightfully so, though. You know, like, we shouldn't be used to stuff like that. And it's just a dark cloud over the NHL right now. And I'm just trying, I guess, my best tonight, guys, to reach out to you, talk about the boys, the team we love. And I can't imagine what the poor Columbus Blue Jacket fans are going through. You know, that'll be the other team I root for this year. I think it's safe to say this week we're all Columbus Blue Jacket fans. And to some extent, Calgary Flames fans are hurting over there too with this. You know, these things in life, when they happen unexpected. And when it's somebody we know in real life, you know, of course it doesn't get that kind of like coverage, right? But we've all lost friends. We've all lost family members. We've, you know, have we all lost somebody to somebody that drinks and drive? No, not all of us, but some have. Some I might be listening right now that have went through something like this, and it's been really on my mind, as you can tell, this whole thing as it's hit me, and it's a really, really awful thing. That, thank God, it can only happen once in a lifetime to everybody if it happens to them. You know, like, this is just something that feels so bad for the family. And I see people out there talking, well, look, we don't get that recognition unless they're millionaires. You know what? Just because these people have money doesn't mean they don't suffer like we do right now, this very minute. I think they would trade all that money in to have their loved ones back this very second. Let's not forget that, you know? So guys, I'm going to leave it there. That's it for the night. I'm going to take out my angel. She's around here somewhere. And my angel, okay, is wearing a diaper. I'm going to show you because she's been a bad girl around the house. So there you go. Have a good laugh with that tonight. Where is she? There she is, folks. And there's Rosie. Yep. And she's doing very well in this, I got to say. Because Rosie's a very nervous dog when I got her, guys. And she was, the reason my daughter was attracted to this dog when she volunteered at the shelter was because Rosie was the most terrified dog there. She's always be hiding in the corner. She's not an aggressive dog whatsoever. And she was just very timid. She's still very scared of sounds. And Rosie, sometimes she'll do a little pee spot in the house, even this big, just because her nerves, you know. But she's gotten a lot better in the 2 years I've had her. I'm very proud of her. And very proud of you. Yes, I am. Are you my friend? Are you my friend? Okay. I got to get her out, guys. And it's funny, you know, when I take her out now, she can't wait to get back in the house and get back into, like, these diapers I got. It's weird, you know? So, all right, guys, done for the night. Thanks for listening, and thanks for watching. Thanks for being patient with me this summer. I promise I'm going to try to put in a better month in September. We got our preseason games coming up, guys. Season's around the corner. Let's go, Buffalo, man. Let's go. Let's get something done this year. See you guys soon.